I was a combat helicopter pilot in the Royal Air Force for 21 years, and there were plenty of times in my career where I had to deliver and perform on my A game under considerable pressure. Because what I discovered in my 21 years in the Air Force is that how we perform under pressure is not a mark of our character. It's not something that we're born with. It's something that we learn. And it's something that I can teach you.
How do you get people to be more open to receiving feedback? And how do you make the idea of giving feedback slightly less terrifying? That's a question I get asked a lot, particularly by companies who are really growth orientated and they want to know how to get better. Really great question to ask. I think there's a couple of observations. First of all, I'm not sure it will ever feel completely comfortable receiving or giving feedback because, let's be honest, nobody loves being told they weren't brilliant at something. So I think, first of all, we need to let ourselves off the hook a little bit. You don't have to love feedback. You can get more confident in your ability to give and receive it. And one of the best ways to do that is consistency. The more you do it, the less scary it gets. Now, in the military, we did that through a debriefing routine. We debriefed every single mission, every day, every week. It was just part of the routine. And I think that's definitely something that you can bring into your culture. But there is a process. You can't sort of do this stuff overnight. So I want to introduce a really important first step that will help to build the emotional currency and trust and rapport that you need to be able to create the conditions for people to receive debriefs and feedback in the way they're meant. And it's sharing mistakes. If you've heard me speak, you'll know I'm really passionate about this, and it's for a good reason. When you share a mistake, first of all, you're showing up as a human being, and what a way to create rapport and build trust with your team. But also, when you share a mistake, that person might actually benefit and learn, but also they might well be sort of prompted to think about what their own learning could be, how they could reflect on their own experiences. So actually, if you get this right, you will find you don't have to give quite as much feedback because you're actually promoting a little bit of self-reflection, and people might even come to you to ask for feedback. But if they don't, they're certainly likely to be more receptive to your feedback when they know that you can walk the walk as well as talking the talk. So I would say the very first thing that you can do, if you want to create the conditions for people to be able to give and receive feedback, start by sharing your own mistakes. Then, once you've started to create the trust, then you can move on to the debriefing culture, which also incorporates giving and receiving feedback. I'll share more of that in my next video.